Jurors will return to the Hamilton County Courthouse tomorrow for the next day of the Anthony Kirkland resentencing. Today, they visited the area where Kirkland attacked and killed Esme Kenny in 2009. Then they heard testimony from the family of Cassania Crawford. The defense says Kirkland is mentally ill and should not be put to death. We want to thank you for joining us for 9 on Your Side at 7. I'm Kristen Hartman. The Kirkland hearing is not a case of guilty or not guilty. Jurors will have to decide if the serial killer lives or dies. My colleague Tanya O'Rourke joins us live from Hamilton County Court, where she has been following the story all afternoon. Tanya.
Kristen, let me just put it this way. Tomorrow should be an extraordinarily emotional day inside that courtroom, Judge Patrick Dinkelocker's room, and inside this case. About this case. We expect Lisa Kenny, her testimony to be played. She is Esme Kenny's mother, and we expect that testimony to be about 20 to 30 minutes. The reason that I can know that is because this was pre-taped. Lisa Kenny will not come to Cincinnati. She will not step foot in this city. She lives as far away as she possibly can get because of what happened to her daughter here. So we expect that to occur. We also expect Kimya Rollison's relative to speak as well. Kimya was also one of Anthony Kirkland's victims. Let's toss it to Tom McKee, who goes over what else we can expect tomorrow.
It's day 2, Thursday, in the prosecution's efforts to convince a Hamilton County jury that convicted serial killer Anthony Kirkland should be put to death for killing 4 young women. Leading off the testimony is going to be one of those 4 young women, Esme Kenny's mother, Lisa. The jury visited the Winton Hills scene Wednesday, where Kirkland strangled the teenager in 2009. Lisa Kenny's testimony will be on videotape. She won't be in open court. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters made it very clear he wants the jury to vote for the death penalty.
The bottom line is this: he is a vicious serial killer.
Defense attorney Tim Kutcher wants life in prison without the chance of parole for his client. His claim is that Kirkland has serious mental health issues.
Did he come from an abusive home? Yes, he did.
But the violence of the crimes will weigh heavily on jurors, such as the murder of 14-year-old Cassania Crawford. Her grandmother, Patricia, took the stand Wednesday, calmly describing the dental records she gave police when Cassania disappeared.
They told me that found a body in the woods. A city worker had found this body in the woods.
Okay. And did they tell you they believed that was Cassania?
Yes.
Mary Jo Newton's sister, Barb McAvoy, wasn't in court, but her statement from the 2010 sentencing was read by Julie Wilson.
She got into some drugs, and she had a little, I think, a mental disorder. She was bipolar, had some bipolar disorder, and just, I think, maybe fell in with the wrong friends.
Prosecutor Dieter says the wrong crowd was Anthony Kirkland.
They did drugs together. Kirkland gets mad at her again for no reason. He strangles her from behind in his van. He takes Mary Jo's body out to Werman Avenue. He lays out a pile of wood. These are his words. Places her body on it and uses an accelerant and burns her body.
Also testifying Thursday is going to be the father of Kimya Rollison, one of Kirkland's 4 victims. Tom McKee, 9 on Your Side at the Hamilton County Courthouse downtown.
So the last witness that we heard from today was Cincinnati Police Sergeant Howard Grant. He was a detective when Cassania Crawford was killed on that case, and he was also on the scene when Mary Jo Newton's body was found about a month later. Mary Jo Newton, also a victim of Anthony Kirkland's. He says that scene reminded him of the Crawford case.
That scene was very similar to the scene you just saw. If I had to, going off my memory here, I'm getting a little older, but it was roughly a half a mile from Cassania's location in the same neighborhood, a few streets over, but it's about a half a mile distance between the two.
Grant says the remains were both found at the end of dead-end streets, and just like in the case of Cassania Crawford's death, dental records had to be used in order to identify these ladies, these young ladies, in fact. Kristen?
Tough information. And Tanya, you spoke with Patricia Crawford, the grandmother of Cassania Crawford, the other day. What does she hope will come of these hearings?
Okay, you have done interviews like this. I have done interviews like this, where it is always shocking when someone says that they forgive someone. Patricia Crawford did not say she forgives Anthony Kirkland. I want to make that clear, but she said she doesn't hate him because the hate affects her too much. She would not go so far as to say she would be okay with life in prison. She actually said she wants to be alive and be there when he is put to death. So she's hoping for the death penalty, and she's hoping the death penalty is carried out quickly in this particular case. I was also struck by something that she said. You realize the Ohio Supreme Court, we've been reporting this, kicked this case back down to Hamilton County. Anthony Kirkland was already once given the death penalty by a previous jury, upheld by a previous judge. It was kicked back because of a technicality, something that Joe Dieter said. He said something along the lines of, that they said it violated Anthony Kirkland's personal case. Well, she wonders how in the world is it that Anthony Kirkland still has rights. She said to me, how is it that someone can rape, murder, steal from, and burn bodies of little girls and still have rights to be violated? It was really powerful stuff. You can find it on WCPO.com, that interview I did with her. And she says she'll be in this courtroom every single day, Kristen.
Wow. Tanya, thank you so much. We will continue to follow this hearing every day until jurors make a decision. The 9 on Your Side team will have updates in our newscasts. If you'd like to read more about Monday's or today's testimony, you can find it on WCPO.com.